Hey everyone, Kelly Kellner and co-host Joe D'Amico for Game Changers. It is December 29th. The holidays going through us quite nicely here. I had my 21st anniversary yesterday, thus the roses on the table to show and express the love I have for my wife, and the love I have for you, Joe D'Amico, is so pure like the driven Canadian snow.
By the way, I sponsored you. I sent a letter over to the Pope at the Vatican in Rome. Anybody that puts up with you for 21 minutes, let alone 21 years, deserves to be canonized as saint. God bless your wife. Woo!
She is an angel. Thank you, Joe. The love is being passed on. The love is being passed on in our families, but more importantly, the love is being passed on to the people that are playing our picks. I've got some results for you that are impressive. Now, Joe, I know you're just starting to warm up to betting on hockey, but I'll tell you, our plays are incredible in World Junior Hockey. We are now 11 and 5 since the tournament started. We had a 4-0 day 2 days ago. 3-1 day. Then last night, unfortunately, Slovakia lost in overtime. We should have had that one. So 1-2 yesterday, but we are up a total of 30.8 units in World Junior Hockey. College basketball, 10-4 in our last 14. Had a great winning weekend, 7-4 in NFL, and our NCAA football for the season. Joe, on our side on Game Changer, 53, 34, and 2, up 187 units. But tell me about your free pick numbers. Those are even more impressive.
Free pick line each and every day on a pre-recorded message line, 1-800-563-8854. That's 1-800-JOE-8854. Each and every day I put up a free game. In the 5.5 years I've had this luxury to all the sports fans out there, Kelly, sports fans, over 70+%. I have a paid pick line, 1-855-563-8854. Only a few days a week I put games up in there. I've had that almost 5 years. That's like 74% off the charts. But Kelly, right there with you, I am documented 5-1 in bowl games, 6-1 my last 7 college basketball. I took off a few days with the NFL this weekend only because it's a little loopy this time of year. I like teams that need to win, that need to get it or better their circumstances. Was a little loopy, and the NBA for a couple of days. I took a few days off. If you notice, over the weekend, a couple of these teams sat some of their starters. If they're going to start pulling this like they did the first NBA season back with the coronavirus situation, this is something I want our viewers and listeners out there to take note of. Some of these coaches will be sitting some of their starters at the beginning of the season. It doesn't make sense to me. It's a longer season. But if you're going to know some of these starters aren't going to play, I would be weary about playing some of these games. So I don't have a problem taking a day off in certain sports. There's more than enough at the buffet to feed everybody and make them leave happy and satisfied, Kelly.
Well, let's get into the smorgasbord, and I know how you love to satisfy everybody. We'll talk quickly about NBA. We're on the Celtics +1 against Indiana tonight for 10 units. They played there. They haven't traveled for a couple of days. Celtics only lost by a point. They're a much better team. Liking that. As you say, resting starters. Jimmy Butler not playing for Miami tonight. That line's moved a lot, but we still are liking Miami +5.5 for 7 units against Milwaukee. But more importantly, let's get into the bowl games because they're starting early here. 2 bowl games today, starting with the Cheez-It Bowl. And I know you got a bowl full of cheesy standing there beside you, buddy. I know you love the cheese. Cheez-It Bowl, Oklahoma State, Miami, and Florida. What are you liking in this game?
I'll be honest with you, my friends. At times, both teams this season have shown signs of brilliance, and at times they both look like posers. But in a game of this magnitude, and we're talking about a bowl game, mind you, I look for a few things. I look for, number one, the team with the more seasoned veterans, and number two, the team with the bigger playmakers. And both of those arrows point to Miami Hurricanes. So I'm going to take the 1.5, or a couple of points here with the Canes. I think they win this game outright.
Yeah, line's moving a little bit. That line started at 3.5. It's gone down. We tend to like to bet against the public at Game Changers, but I do agree with you somewhat on that. New York Pele, who handles our LA-based team, he had a lean towards Oklahoma State. So you've got information there, guys. Follow your heart. But we do have a consensus side here on this Colorado-Texas game. This line opened up at 12.5. It's down to 8, and it's low at 7.5. Joe, where are you on this one?
Well, guys, you sports fans, you could bet your iron lung. Kelly could bet his toupee, and he could be safe. He won't show you that big bald head of his. No, I'm kidding, guys. I really do like this game. Very simply, sports fans, this is the first-ranked team the Buffaloes have faced this season. And it's one thing to be good against mediocre teams. It's quite another to go up against Sam Ehlinger and the Longhorns in a bowl game. Colorado's in for a rude awakening. Texas wins by double digits. I'll lay the wood here with the Longhorns, no pun intended.
There you go. Excellent. Thanks for comparing mine here to yours there, buddy. I appreciate it. Hopefully don't have to start going to your barber here in the not too distant future. And I tell you, I had some memories coming up from Facebook going back like 3-4 years ago. We were in Mexico, and it was already starting to thin on top. Damn it, I had my kids bust my balls on this all the time.
At least you're tall. But you're tall, Kelly. When it starts to thin on top, the only guys that play in the NBA could notice. I'm short. I lie and I say I'm 5'8". So when I start to thin out a little bit, I just shaved it because the whole world would see that I was losing it.
My wife tells me you're taller naked, though. So, what the hell?
Only when I'm on my back.
Boy. Speaking of on your back, let's talk about some NCAA college basketball games. You got one game. I've got three. Why don't you start off, brother?
Absolutely. I'm red hot college basketball, 6-1 my last 7. Got another winner for our viewers and listeners right now. Sports Center, I want to talk about FSU and Clemson. This is FSU's first road contest of the season, and they must visit who? Clemson and their stifling defense. Clemson gives up just 53.4 a game. Their defense is just amazing. FSU comes off 2 lackluster performances. They come off a 12-point loss to Central Florida as a 15-point favorite, and they eked out a double-digit win in no cover against Gardner-Webb as a 20-point favorite. Guys, the home team in this series, 4-1 the last 5 meetings. The Tigers 4-1 the last 5 at home, 6-2 the last 8 overall. I like Clemson minus the 1.5, under a couple of buckets. The Tigers all the way.
Excellent. Okay, I'm playing that one tonight, my friend. I'm going to hook it up. We like taking points. We have 3 dogs again. We've got a lot of dogs that are winning straight up. We are a documented 10-4 in our last 14 games, including the last couple of days. We've had 9 and 10-point dogs winning straight up. We're on Mississippi +2 for 7 units tonight. South Florida +9.5 for 7 units at our top play. Wofford +2.5. That's going to be a 10-unit play. And I'm going to get into a little hockey. I know you're warming up on this, brother. Our World Junior Hockey Championships games really playing out quite nicely. The first game started today already. We're a little bit late getting the video done today. The USA Czech game. Next game, big one for us up here north of the border. Canada is playing Switzerland. Canada, we're going to lay the big goals, -5.5 goals for 5 units. And I really like the over 7 in this game. Over 7.5. I think that's going to be a lock there. I'd like to see Canada score that many goals themselves. That's going to be a 7-unit play. And later on tonight, Russia, Austria. Austria, 4-0 loss against Switzerland last night. Played a little better than we were expecting. I don't like laying huge amounts of goals, which the line is on this game. So we're going to ride with the Russians-Austria game going over 8.5 goals. That's a 10-unit play, and that's got a wrap for a ton of sports, a ton of betting. Joe, we got a couple of places for people to go and bet. On the website, sportsinteraction.com/PBN, or click the banner and make sure, Joe, tell people where to go for your free picks again.
Guys, 1-800-563-8854. That's my free pick hotline every day. A pre-recorded winner on a pre-recorded message line. You call that number, no callbacks, no BS. You don't have to deal with salesmen, nothing. You just get a free winner, go home, get paid. You don't even got to tell your wife or your girlfriend. Just hide that money under your bed.
None of us are going home. We're already home, Joe. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Kelly. He's Joe. We're GameChangers.ca. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.